There's a lot for you to discover at IDR. We're quite friendly, so visit us often to be more friendlier. The idea of having this session of Japan meets Malaysia or Malaysia meets Japan is after IDR was invited to go to Japan by Akita Prefecture, and we were there. We were surprised by what we found, by what we experienced. So Azammi, I'm going to give you about 10 minutes. What can we learn from your perspective, from Japan?
There's a lots of things we can learn from Japan. I can actually divide this into two things. The perspective of working culture, living culture, and of course, looking at their values and the way of doing things. Basically, it's already, we know the things already because it's in the Islam world life. If we follow the Islamic world life, it's very much similar to what Japanese culture. And of course, start with times, and of course, start with the work culture. The systematic way of doing things, they are good in everything. I mean, SOP. Everything is SOP. Follow the things according to what being said. Of course, I've heard from whether it's true or not. If happening outside the way of doing things normal, they will get panic. I'm not sure is it true or not. If you actually follow the things being said, if any circumstances happen out of what being normally do, and if you get panic of what happening, but fortunately they good in finding a solution. Okay, they're good in finding solution immediately. So I guess if you have an opportunity to go to Japan, for me I'm interested in I'm really interested in looking at what things that they created. Okay, they are creative nation. Okay, because they live to solve issues and problems. So you can find many things. When you open actually TV, shopping online shopping, something like that. You can appreciate many tools and gadgets that actually solve many things, which you cannot actually see here. These are results from the creativity. Okay, and in terms of respect, and the most important things with them is the integrity and values, ethics. Integrity, if we have that kind of values, integrity adopted in Malaysia, definitely you will perceive corruption is not a problem, I think, and many things. Okay, that's the thing. And then
I want to interrupt you there, so that we can focus on something that you just mentioned about respect. Yeah, I've never seen. Of course, you see people bowing. We thought that is respect, but I think it's beyond that. It's something. Sometimes it's scary the way you respect people. But actually, our host was telling us, you guys have one God, okay? But you don't really respect the world. We have many gods. Everything has God. So because everything have its own God, so you have to respect, because even the chair has God. But respect is so deeply ingrained. Shin, enlighten to us more about respect and your experience about the mama shop here.
No, I think that respect is, I think the biggest thing that I would like for Malaysia or any other country to take away from Japan, my personal, is responsibility. I think responsibility is at the base of everything. It actually leads to respect as well. The Japanese like to look at everything in the whole world and all the community and relationship in a big ecosystem and in a long-term kind of way. They never consider things short-term. When they meet somebody, they don't think of that person as somebody they will see now and never see again in the future. They always consider this person might someday become someone important in my life. You never know, right? Let's say if I were to meet somebody in this room, and I think, well, I'm probably never going to see this person ever again, so I don't need to show respect, I don't need to show any kind of appreciation for this person. But then 10 years down the road, I ride my motorcycle out into the forest, and I fall and I crush myself, and that person is the only person that's nearby, and that person decides they don't want to call an ambulance for me because I wasn't very nice to them at 10 years ago. I mean, that's how the Japanese think. You know, they think long term. They think everybody could somehow be important to me, and even if they are not, you know, there's no reason not to treat someone with respect, simply because everything will come back to you, is the way, you know, we think. You were talking about the chairs having a god. Yes, Shinto does have a way of thinking where they think that every object has a spirit inside that object. That's not necessarily a literal thing. It's just that what they feel is that everything comes from nature, right? The chair is made of plastic comes from nature. It's made of wood also comes from nature. Everything comes from nature, and we cannot survive or live without nature. So paying your respect to what is helping you survive is the way to return the favor back into the environment, so that the environment can somehow one day pay you back again. So it's all a big circle, a big cycle, right? I think that's where the respect comes from. Not necessarily because, you know, they feel, you know, like obligated, but actually it's actually a lot more selfish than you might think. They think that the respect they pay is somehow coming back to them in some way as well.